right? Yeah. Joining me, David Bruce Leonard. Doctor, do you have one of those type of?
No, no, no doctors in the house. No.
You have the LAC?
I do have the LAC.
Okay, so it's a master's. But I remember you had some like not a school of hard knocks, that's generic, but you had like this really cute uh
Oh, MSU, making shit up.
yeah.
With a PhD from MSU.
I got a PhD from MSU. That's hilarious. Making shit up. I
For
love it.
connecting apples and bicycles. It's my job.
Oh, connecting apples and bicycles.
Yeah, well that's what I do. I kind of I'll take things that have nothing to do with each other and find out how they fit.
Dude.
Yeah.
See, see, I value that because my teacher would say, same, but different. He'd say, if you can do kung fu, you can do anything. Right. And so if you have an eye for principles,
Exactly.
you'll see them in everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't see them, why aren't you looking?
Yeah, and well, because people like techniques, you know, they like tactics rather than strategies. They like recipes, but not yeah, I don't know, concepts or something.
Palette profiles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Like what's the wiring under that thing?
Yeah, similar experience when I lived in China and everyone would get their tailored clothes, right? And what I had the
You must
foresight,
have had a tailor's
yeah,
nightmare.
you get these tailored, fancy kung fu things, but you'd see these tourists come and they get the flashy silk or the embroidered dragons and like all these, fancy colors and color combos. And it's like, when are you gonna wear that?
Yeah,
You basically got yourself a whole bunch of Halloween costumes
exactly.
for like, the next 10 years of Halloween. Whereas I would just get staples. It was like, oh, I need to get a black, a blue, a gray, a white, a brown.
Right, right.
Pants, a black, a blue, a gray, a white, a brown. You just mix and match, and then you have gear, and it doesn't
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
thing, right? Okay, well, hi. I've
Hey,
known you 2013, we met.
something
Big
like that.
Island, Hawaii,
Yeah.
through John Coco. Shout out John Coco.
2015, 2013, something like that.
Yeah, it was that Big Island conference
Right,
where
right.
was that you and Coco put that together?
Me and Coco, yeah, and Dane, bless his heart, helped, and Kyoki, bless his heart, helped, and,
Mm,
and
we
they're
lost
both
both of
gone.
them, huh?
Yeah, we lost both of them. I've got
Um,
yeah, yeah, that was I still, it's one of the regrets I have is that I bailed on that afterwards because I lost about 5 grand on that. But only later did I understand you're supposed to lose money the first time you do something like that. That's expected. And then because that was a pretty neat conference. I mean, you were teaching, and oh my God, Kaipo, who just passed recently, he was gone. Dane,
my goodness.
Rookie,
Wow, Kaipo, yeah.
who just passed a few weeks ago.
And he was doing like the native animism, right? Like talking to
Yeah,
the plants. Oh my goodness, he had something powerful to share. I think
yeah,
David was talking about mucus in the body and alkaline lifestyle and noni. I think he had like a noni presentation.
yeah.
And Naru was there doing the Romy Romy. That's how we met Anaru.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, Dane Cook, or sorry, Dane Silva. We talked about him, and then there was the Kyoki
He was there doing Ho'oponopono.
Ho'oponopono. Wow, what a lineup! And then you guys had me doing Qigong, and
Too,
then
and then Kamaluhia was doing
Yeah, yeah, the hula.
that. Did Coco teach?
Coco, I think he was just organizing.
Let's see, yeah. And
Mhm.
and Kyola Ching did hula.
Yeah, and they did like gourd stuff, right? They like
Yeah,
harvested
there was a
gourds
woman,
and
I can't remember her name. She was a Kumu, and she did something with the gourd, yeah. Umeke. The
yeah.
Umeke. Yeah. Yeah, you don't that doesn't happen very often, where you get that many cool people in one place. And that was actually because of Dane, because I had had a before that happened, years before that happened, I had had a run-in with a very angry Hawaiian man with a loaded rifle. And I was very disenchanted, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm out of here. I'm not doing this anymore." And Dane said, "Listen, why don't you start a school that teaches traditional knowledge that's not culturally bound?" And I went, "Oh, good idea." And he was the one that came up with the name Earth Medicine Institute too. So
Mm.
he gifts. Actually, I got a picture of him right here. I don't know if you can see him right there. Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the one. That
yeah,
yeah tone.
yeah.
Oh, Kumo Dane.
I know. So right now we're building a hospital. Did I tell you that?
Hmm?
We're building a hospital.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so we have Dane left money and instructions, small amount of money and a large number of, or a considerable number of instructions on building a hospital. So so it's a 25-bed hospital. The drawings are almost done. We have the land we've purchased. Well, actually, it's a long-term lease, and it's going to have a medicinal plant garden and a dental center, a medical center, an emergency room, and 24 beds, 25 beds. And we'll be doing plant medicine integrated into the hospital. So, isn't that cool?
Way to go, Kumo.
Yeah.
Great legacy. Wow.
Yeah. So that
He
was that was
will
really neat.
speak to me, Dane Silva. I first learned his Lomi not directly from him, but through Kaleo Ching.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Kaleo Ching. And I remember I would put it on my resume. I was like, oh, I learned Lomi from Kaleo. And then he caught wind of it. He was like, no, you didn't. You learned Aku Lomi. That's distinct. That's different. You did not get
That was
traditional.
Dane. That was
Yeah, my teacher. This isn't from Dane. This is from Kaleo. So he was like,
oh
my teacher is Dane Silva. You need to get the blessing.
oh
And then
cool. Good
so
for him.
that happened in
Good for
2004,
him. Yeah.
right? And then it wasn't until 2013 I meet Dane Silva. We hit it off. We become
Right. Right.
great friends. And I tell him the story. He was like, oh, yeah, your Lomi is fine. You got Lomi.
Hang on one second. I have to plug my computer in.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, Kumu was a firecracker, that's for sure. He was Kolohe, which is why I used to, when I would, you normally when you bring offerings of kava to your teachers in Hawaiian of Ava, I used to
Yeah.
bring offerings of Guinness. Every time I'd see him, I'd bring him a six-pack of Guinness, He's my kind of guy.
He was, man, he was for as much influence and clout he earned his stripes, man. He was a general among generals, and for him
Sure,
to be
sure.
so modest and so carefree and so sweet and so giving, he really exuded the aloha spirit. Peace be upon him.
Yeah. So,
Kumu.
so we're building a hospital, and there's the Dane Silva um, Healing Center, and
Yeah,
then
Big Island.
the PCMCF, Pahoa Community Medical Foundation campus. So the whole hospital will be called a campus, which is kind of interesting.
Great.
Yeah.
Hilo side, Puna
Huh?
in Hilo.
Yeah, it's in Pahoa. I was actually we had a board meeting this morning. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, it's slow. We're going to need I think $64 million or something. But we've got we're working at grants and we have a really good board of directors. So
Awesome.
yeah, yeah,
Beautiful. Well, hey, Jayo.
yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So what's happening with the Earth Medicine Institute now?
Nothing, nothing. No, I've just. I mean, I'd love to pick it up again, but
Huh?
I'm burned out on organizing stuff. So I'm I have these books I've been working on. For 6 years I've been working on a book of personal safety for women, and it's already up to 500 pages, but I need to make some money. So I just put that aside 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to put up some plant books really fast, tropical plant guides and stuff, so I can, because I'm not exactly affluent here, so
I'm,
and
I'm sorry. I had I just had this image of a woman reading a book on self-defense, and it, instead of a book on self-defense, it's like it hides pepper spray and it has like mirrors to see behind you. It's like a book on self-defense is actually a tactical tool for self-defense.
yeah, no, there's no, it's body, there's not any moves, there's no martial arts in there. It's all theory, human nervous system, reading the
Interesting.
environment, boundaries, um, safety cues in the public when you're traveling, a lot of stuff about traveling, in a restaurant, at home, sexual assaults with family members and if you are assaulted what to do and stuff like that, so it's not like
Hmm.
moves. It's really about everything else besides the moves, you know.
Yeah, all the other stuff. Yeah, because the moves of self-defense, I've always kind of chuckled at those programs because the safety of the dojo, you
Oh yeah,
know, it's one thing. Yeah, you learn these techniques and hiya, hiya, and this guy in a suit comes out and you punch and kick the pillow guy, and yeah, whatever. But in the real life situation where the adrenaline's up and
yeah,
it's close quarters and it's in your face, all your fine motor skills go out the window, all of your,
right.
you get tunnel vision. And so
Yeah,
it
auditory exclusion,
for sure.
tachycepsy, yeah, yeah,
And so it's almost like if you want to practice self-defense realistically, you need to do stress conditioning. And how can you turn up the stress and
exactly. And that's what we do. That's the other thing that I've done for many years is I've done high adrenal training for women.
whoa,
Yeah, yeah.
how do you induce that state?
It's we do it by what's called woofing.
Mhm. Isn't
So,
that like hippie farm trade?
yeah, that's a different kind of woofing. No, we basically because imprints are taken. So yeah, you lose fine motor skills, so you need gross motor skills, and you need to learn them when you're in a high adrenaline state. Because in a
Hmm.
high adrenaline state is when that's what trauma is. That's the best. That's breaking frame. Adrenaline breaks frame, and when we break frame, we can recondition. We're reprogramming new motor skills. So I do it. Well, we do it by woofing, and it's full force, but it's very it's sacred space, but it's very rough and very crude, very supportive. But I say things. It's actually quite easy to get people adrenalized.
Trump was right. Wah!
Anyway, yeah. So there's the books, and I've been spending half my time in Southeast Asia and
Mhm.
making videos of Cambodian shamans, which has been really, and I've been making videos of Cambodian herbs, and I've been having them subtitled in Khmer so that they can, Cambodian people can see how the herbs are used. So that's kind of cool.
That's wild. Hold on. So you just laid a big one on me. So you're in Cambodia documenting the work of shamans and documenting native medicinal plants there, and scripting them in their native language so that the locals can get the wisdom.
Yeah, because a lot of the plants in, well, I have an apartment in Siem Reap, and a lot of the plants are tropical. They're Hawaiian plants, so I know a lot of them. So now, whenever I do a video of a plant, I have it. I pay a friend of mine to subtitle it in Khmer, and then they can, isn't that cool?
Huh, I guess yeah, tropical region. I had always been under the impression that Hawaiian had such a unique and individual ecosystem because it was so isolated that
The
everything was.
native plants are like that, but most of what, like what we saw in the conference, most of that was not native. So
Uh,
I would say that, the plants we looked at on our herb walks, I
mhm,
would say a
mhm.
good 70% of those will grow in Cambodia.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that must make your work really easy to translate there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, in the mid 90s, I went to the Amazon basin in Bolivia, and I was shocked because my Hawaiian teachers could have they could have dropped them off by helicopter, and they would have been totally at home making medicine because they
Wow.
the same plants. Yeah,
Breadfruit, eating taro.
totally. I mean, even the weeds were the same. So
Wow.
yeah,
Oh my goodness.
so that's
Well,
kind of like cheating.
okay. So that's cool with the plants. I'm interested in this work of the shamans. So what I know of Cambodia is that basically kind of all of Southeast Asia, you have a couple influences. You have the kind of Hindu Vedic influence, and there's like a lot of black magic sorcery from that line. And then you also have the Taoist stuff, like all the black magic from them as well, along with their own, native traditions. And so I'm curious, this shamanistic work you're documenting, like
Well,
tell
I'm
me
just
more.
starting, so I've done 3 sessions with 2 different shamans, and
Ah,
I met a third one who I'm really impressed with. This woman was so wonderful, but
uh-huh.
there was border skirmishes, so we had to leave. We skipped town while things were
Okay.
getting rough. But yeah. So in Cambodia specifically, Vietnam would have more Taoist influence. Um,
Thailand too.
yeah.
Laotia, right?
Oh, yeah, and yeah, probably Cambodia is more Buddhist Hindu.
Yeah. Kind of like Indonesia as well, right?
Yeah. So the Cambodia is so the shamans are called Krukamai, um, which Kru is like Kumu, and Kamai is the people, the Kamai people. So
Mhm.
the Hawaii they're Kamai teachers, and they they yeah, and I'm just they're real characters, and there is a lot of black magic there, and there's a lot of animism and a lot of like the Cambodian shamans will chew herbs and then spit on the patients. That I leave that stuff out of the videos, it's like, but they're
I want to learn that technique just so that I can have a reason to spit on some motherfuckers, man.
I've had patients like
You
that.
need a very special, just for you. Let me go to the yard and chew some grass.
One of my Chinese teachers would patients would talk too much. He would do stomach 5 and he'd thread it through the cheeks so they couldn't talk. Like,
Wow.
whatever it is, stomach 4, whatever that is. They'd
With
thread
like
the
big
cheeks,
bone or what they use to
but he would just put it right there and then thread it back. So
what kind of needle?
just a long needle, a threading needle. So So it's apparently it's fair game in my traditions.
Wow. So what's the role of these shamans? Do they
They are,
medicine keepers? Are they wisdom keepers? Are they
yeah, oh yeah. Some of them, there are a lot of them are astrologers.
okay?
Are yeah, they're all herbalists.
Uh-huh.
I think they're all herbalists. Some of them are seers. They'll predict the future. You know, that's that sort of shaman role that is universal in our species.
Okay.
You know, kind of what
Yeah.
scientists have kind of taken over that. Scientists and physicians,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
priests have taken those over. But you know, in the old culture, they were all one thing, one.
Yeah. Any kind of vision medicine, psychedelics, any of that stuff? Trance state?
No, not, well, I'm sure there's trance states. I haven't come across any. I'm sure though. I'm sure. Um, no, no psychedelics that I'm aware of. You know, and after the Khmer Rouge times, you know, in the killing fields and stuff in Cambodia, the whole country is still kind of shell shocked from that. So they basically, you know, eliminated the whole intellectual class of the country.
Oh,
So
wow.
much was lost. It was kind of like their own sort of cultural revolution. You know, they just lost so much knowledge.
Yeah.
And so the Kurukumai that I interview are the ones that survived. So
Mm.
they were more like the peasants and the barefoot doctors of of the families and stuff. Um, yeah, no, it's very elaborate stuff. It's very cool. It's very
Hmm. Hmm. Wow. I'm always fascinated by the wisdom keepers of cultures, and what
yeah.
their roles in their societies are, And I almost believe that we have a lot of mental health issues in our communities now. However, those very well could have been the shamans of a different era, the people that can.
They actually play the role of, I mean, from the flip side, they play the role of psychiatrists too. When people are emotionally disturbed, they'll go and they'll give them herbs and practices to do and stuff, you know.
Wow.
So yeah, they're just real characters. And the two that I've interviewed, actually, and even the third one, profound levels of integrity, like profound levels. You know, I'm imagining that the ones that do black magic probably wouldn't let me interview them, but the two that I've met have been very adamant about this information should only be shared when somebody has character, you know, is living
Yeah.
with integrity.
I assume you had that similar experience in the Hawaiian natives when they imparted you with instruction as well, right? That you had to demonstrate character,
Yeah,
demonstrate.
yeah, 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 and it's very refreshing, you know, like
Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah. I have a lot of sort of innate respect for the people I've interviewed, and I met a woman at Kulian Mountain who God, that woman impressed me so much. She's a
Mm.
shaman. I have her card here, and I didn't get a chance to interview her, but
What, the shaman got a card?
yeah, she's got a card, and
Got a website?
she's certified by the government. So
A certified shaman?
this certified shaman, they actually have it together.
Certified board.
Yeah, yeah, she's above board, so she's bona fide. So that, but really super humble woman. I mean, you know how you meet some people and you just like you know. They're, they're they're the real deal, you know, because they're completely unpretentious.
Bro, that just sounds like such a Costa Rican ayahuasca shaman for hire. It's like, here, take my business card.
Exactly.
I'm
Is what,
board
yeah,
certified, bro. Like for real.
yeah. But she's the real deal too. I mean, I knew after talking to her for 2 minutes, you know, you get that feeling from people that they're just like Pono. Yeah. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing. Just
Okay, I want to go to shaman school. What's the, I want to get certified.
yeah, in Cusco, I remember seeing a ayahuasca sign, ayahuasca ceremony 3:30, every day.
Well, I can make a fire. I can
I
sing.
figured, yeah, I can
Yeah.
drink
Well,
disgusting things and vomit a lot.
for real. Okay.
I
Yeah,
did that.
project problem.
I'm good at hallucinating. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So I hear that you're doing this work in Cambodia. So would this be considered Earth Medicine mission, or is this something new?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of everything I do is organized around earth medicine stuff.
Uh-huh.
I'm doing this, and as I told you before, I'm getting married, so that's exciting. And
Yay.
she's very sweet, Cambodian woman. I've known her a year. Um,
Yay. You guys gonna have kids?
no, no, neither one of us. That's one of the reasons we're getting married because neither one of us. Well, I don't want kids at my age, and she can't have children. So
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, yeah. I wouldn't do that to the world. So yeah,
Hence the
and I was doing very intense training, Tim Larkin's training for about a year, very intense martial arts training. It's actually not martial arts, it's self-defense. It was his instructor training, and my body just couldn't do it anymore. It was just too brutal. I kept cracking ribs, and yeah, oh yeah. So I was like, so now I'm just being lazy, and yeah. So and I'm still writing, and
Where's that training at? Big Island or Cambodia?
well, no, that training is on the Big Island, but it's very sort of selective. It's not advertised at all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dude, look at you with the underground. Ugh. And so it's not in a direction that we've talked, but it's kind of because we're exploring this idea of black magic in the shamanistic world of Southeast Asia. My very first Hawaiian kung fu teacher talked about Lua in the same way. And I only thought about it because you're talking about this closed door training in the Big Island. And
Right,
kind of made me think of the closed door Lua schools.
right. Which are becoming more open. I don't know much about Lua, but they're becoming more open. Yeah. Um,
And if I may add to that, there's also the closed door Hawaiian sorcery too. And
know that, but it wouldn't surprise me.
I've heard of programs, and I met one master. He was showing us how to project poison. Where
Wow.
like these flicking exercises where we kind of rub from under our armpit through our ribs and like
Really?
stomp on our heels and then
Wow.
flick and at the same time cough and have like a and like direct it, right? And we just sit in the class and every kid would be in a corner just right. And that was one of the exercises of their like poison clan.
That sounds like something you would find in Cambodia. I didn't know about that in Hawaii. That's interesting.
Uh-huh. And one of the exercises, I didn't do it, I wasn't exposed to it, but my teacher said one of the initiation rituals was to will a pig to death, a la men who stare at goats, right? And so it's like, that pig is bacon tonight. And then you just think it.
Isn't that a Taoist practice too? Saul Sebastian was describing that he saw somebody, a Qigong guy, kill an animal with his mind.
Hmm.
I think that was in Thailand actually, but yeah.
I mean, I've seen like knocking out birds with a ki.
Really?
Yeah, like, but that's kind of more Japanese tradition.
Huh.
Uh, or lion's roar would be the Chinese equivalent.
Right, right, right. Huh.
Cool. So yeah, I just thought with all your background with the natives and all the time you spent with the Hawaiians that maybe you had some exposure to Lua or maybe some Hawaiian.
No, I'm too Caucasian for this. Caucasian upholstery only goes so far, and then you're stopped now. No, I've never. No, with the training I was doing was it wasn't. It wasn't. It's basically combat training. It's special forces training.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's
Okay.
there's no spirituality at all in it. It's like none. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mercenary style. And that stuff is in Hawaii because I remember doing it's a 666, but it was like 6 months, 6 days a week, 6 hours a day,
Ah.
hardcore intense training. And it was called Modern Warrior Training.
Ah.
And it was in Honolulu, Kaimuki area.
Ah.
And we did close quarter, we did multiple attacker, we did all high stress. And so there was also different terrains. So
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
gravel, water,
Stairs.
anxiety,
Right.
high,
Ramps. Yeah.
right, all
Yeah.
that. Stick fighting in stairwells,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
fun.
Right. Right.
Learning about ricochet power, like
Your
bouncing off.
environment. Right. Yeah.
Oh, it's so fun. Um, but yeah, that high intensity training, the way that we would induce stress, one of the favorite drills I had was called a bull ring. And so you have one person in the middle, and then you have a group surrounding, and each person in the group surrounding is assigned a number. And then you get a moderator who just random numbers. And then so now you have to deal with whoever comes from whatever angle.
Great training. Yeah.
And then this person might have a stick, this person might have a knife, this person might have a
Yeah.
gun, and what do you do? And
Yeah.
then you'd even up the ante by creating handicaps. It's like, okay, you have one hand, like one of it,
Exactly.
right? Or you're starting on one knee. The other one that was really intense, and this is where I hurt a lot of my classmates with this particular drill because you would have your back to the wall with your hands behind and your eyes closed, right? So quite vulnerable. And then the teacher would give a cadence and you open your eyes, and then an attack is already coming at you,
Right. Right. Right.
right? And then so what do you do? What comes out of you in that instance, right?
Right.
So,
That's how we would train women. We have to
mhm.
close their eyes and then they wouldn't know which direction. That's how we get the adrenaline going.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And then whenever there were high stress situations, I was able to be calm because I trained in high stress.
Right.
I could see everybody freaking out and I still had even breath. I still had my wits about me. I could still make clear and concise choices. And so there's a value there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, high adrenaline training is crucial. I mean, and it translates to lots of things. You were talking about injuries. The the final exam for this, it's not really a style. It doesn't even have a name, but the final exam for this system,
Yeah.
it's 75 minutes of nonstop fighting, and it's fucking brutal. And one guy dislocated his shoulder apparently 15 minutes in and put it into his belt and then did the other 60 minutes with a dislocated shoulder. Like, it's like really, these guys are way tougher than me. like, I'm just the old guy who's the uke getting thrown around. Be nice to the old Howley.
Oh, funny.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good
Those.
stuff. But what you were saying is that when we teach women the de-escalation, they have to be adrenalized. And what happens is we teach them not to collapse, but not to be aggressive, just to hold the line. Because either way, they're either inviting an attack or they're escalating a violent situation, a dangerous situation. So they just hold the line, and they're like, I mean, some of the women we trained, my balls would shrink up when they were working. I'm not getting near that woman, you know. It's like a cat. yeah, there's like throwing cats on people, like I don't want that. So, and that's just the de-escalation part. So it's quite wonderful training.
Uh-huh. Wow. How fun. I'd have never expected to go in this direction with our conversation today.
And the nice thing about Lua is they would make them learn La'au Lapa'au first. That's my understanding anyway, before they learn the martial art.
Uh-huh.
To heal first before they break things.
Oh, Ao Lapa Ao, can you tell us more for the listeners that don't know
Oh,
what
I'm sorry. La'au Lapa'au is Hawaiian herbal medicine.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, they would learn how to heal first before they were I think that's right. Before they were trained in Lua.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm. Huh, I kind of had this roundabout where I learned how to fight first, then I learned to heal second. Then I realized they're the same, so I did the spiritual thing.
Huh.
Then I had this thing about, being ready to die. I did this whole death and dying phase.
Yeah.
Then it was about, fostering community and generating a legacy, that I had inherited.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So now I'm kind of full circle because I'm starting judo and jujitsu now.
Wow.
And
So BJJ, grappling jujitsu or stand up? Oh, good for you.
you mentioned uke, so I was like, oh yeah, yeah. And so I'm doing judo and a system called
Yeah,
small
Wally J.
Ollie J's line. Yeah, I'm doing the
Oh,
small circle
fantastic.
jujitsu.
So that's stand up. Yeah, yeah, that's great.
That's in the same school. And
Okay.
then uh, my son, he's in 10th Planet doing BJJ, and he's excelling.
Oh
I
yeah, I bet.
it's for me, it's okay. BJJ, sure, I see it at wrestling, right?
Right, it is.
On the
Yeah.
floor, getting body intelligent. That's go for
Right.
it.
Right.
Selling. And then so I have this world-class BJJ coach come to my house every Friday for private lessons.
Oh, cool.
And I have other homies that are my size. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
to roll around and tussle with each other,
Oh, good.
be our size as opposed to accommodating for someone smaller or vice versa, right?
Right, right, right.
And so it's just a lot of fun. And because the Tui Na experience, and because the Tai Chi experience, and because the training with the Russians doing Sistema and doing the
Oh,
circuit,
really? Emma? Really?
dude, yes, talking about mindset training and
Yeah,
stress
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Russians. Ooh.
Yeah, they're hardcore. Yeah, just be sure you watch your knees with a BJJ. Those guys, like, I don't know any black belts that whose knees are still functioning.
Fair
Those,
enough.
those knee locks there's no slack, you know. So be
Mhm.
really careful.
And sure enough, my coach, knee stuff. And uh, I had been in these other bigger schools, but the judo school that I'm in is in a smaller school. And sure enough, all of them have knee stuff too. And so I'm, what, 2 months into the training, and they're like, can you come teach a workshop on knee health?
Yeah, I would personally, I would refuse to do knee joints. Like when I don't take headshots anymore when I'm boxing because I've taken so many. No more. Knees are like that's my rules. No knee locks. Because it's too easy to make a mistake.
Yeah. Well, it's the weakest joint of the body. It's like knees are like tofu in our vernacular. Soft, easy to break. Mm.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. We covered a lot of ground. We talked about plant medicine, we talked about shamans, we talked about black magic, we talked about tactical self-defense. What's next for you, big brother? What's on your horizon aside from this Cambodia project?
I don't know. I'm kind of seeing the end of the tunnel. So I mean, not in a negative way, just I'm aware of my age and
Mhm.
it's giving me a new orientation. Many of my friends are dying. My closest friends have passed in the last couple of years. And so that's been really like, oh, that death, you know. So
Yeah.
I have a couple of hundred hours of videos of my Hawaiian teachers that I need to clean and digitize. So that's something that I really want to do. And
Right.
they're on cassette tapes. Other than that, I don't know. I built a house and I want to finish it,
Mm-hmm.
get it permitted, and
Enjoyed married life.
yeah, yeah. I I have I want to finish the book on women's safety, and I have another book on sexuality, a technical manual of aroused body work that I want to complete before I go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Wow, how sweet.
yeah,
Talk about bucket list, huh?
yeah.
Mm,
No shortage of projects.
mhm.
What about you? Where are you at? What's next for you?
Um, I'm kind of in this spot where I'm living the dream, you know. Thank you for asking, by the way. It's like I'm happily married husband, I'm happily fathered, I have an amazing son, I have an amazing community, I have an amazing set of disciples, inheritors. Many of them already have disciples and inheritors of their own, so
Yes.
I've kind of fulfilled my obligation to my lineage as well, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And here we are in this beautiful estate, and I kind of living the dream.
Where are you?
We're in Oakland Hills.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah, and so what's next for me? Um, I was really turned on by this conversation of something called a Scandinavian suicide, right? And it's nothing macabre or anything like that, but to your point of recognizing resolution, making way for it, kind of knocking out these last tasks, right? One of the tasks in a Scandinavian suicide is to completely minimize and simplify.
Interesting. That
And
makes perfect sense, right?
and then this is becoming very real to me because a number of our in-laws have passed, and here we are just inheriting all their stuff. And then all that stuff just gets inherited onto and then we literally have our homes full of relics and things. And
Oh,
a lot of these things, they were kind of, not to say they were hoarders, but they're knick-knacky, bric-a-brac. And
yeah,
you know
yeah,
maybe someone had a project, and maybe someone had something in mind that they wanted to do, but that's that person's project, and now they're gone. And so now to everyone else, this is just junk. And so the Scandinavian suicide is just going through this shedding process of digesting all of your material, all of your paperwork, all of your things, so that you can transition minimally and kind of leave
exactly.
as you came,
That
right?
is fantastic. Yeah, yeah,
And then in that, you lighten the load on your inheritors.
right.
And then anything that does make it, now it's of real special heirloom value, as opposed to I got this whole bunch of junk and then all of it's precious because all of it was grandma's, and they're sentimental to all of it, and we can't discern because it's all charged with emotion.
Yeah, it's somebody else's albatross.
Yeah, and so Scandinavian suicide, and only because I'm in this space where dream realized, material dream realized,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
now.
Yeah, I've actually come across the same thing. I have tons of martial arts equipment that I'm thinking I'm going to be very soon too old to be using. So I need, and there's a lot of it. I need to get rid of that. And I've got a whole herbal laboratory that, given where I'm at in my life, I don't think I've got a couple of hundred herbs tinctured and equipment and bottles and all kinds of stuff. And I'm thinking I'm gonna give that to the hospital, to Dane's hospital. So yeah, I know that feeling. It's a feeling like it's time to unload. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, it's almost like a process of alchemy too, going from turbid to clear. And
There's also the difference between myself and my thoughts, you know, like awareness without identification is like core self. Awareness without identity, right? And then thoughts are like the stuff that I have in my life. But awareness without identity is the center, right?
Are you blowing my mind right now? Did you like turn off the lights behind you and just like, got all fucking
Oh,
epic?
it's there. It's just dark in here. Off the grid, so yeah. No, no. Yeah, on cue.
Oh, big brother. Wow. I must say I really appreciate our closeness for, over a decade, what, 12 years with whole Zodiac cycle. We've been friends.
We think alike. It's not pretty.
Well, if there's any way I can support with Earth Medicine Institute, we've done a number of successful workshops in the past. We've touched a lot of lives together, you and I. And so if you find opportunities for collaboration, please consider me.
Oh yeah, definitely. Is it okay to? I assuming you're going to edit some of this. Is it okay to talk about ayahuasca?
I'm actually not editing any of this. I'm free forming it all. So yeah, talk about ayahuasca. I'll talk about some stuff too.
Well, this is just an idea. Like theoretically, if someone had done ayahuasca and had a very profound experience of listening to a plant and just directly, somebody who'd been listening to plants for 15 years and then did ayahuasca and then listened to plants and whose mind was blown, that person might, and then 10 years after that, 8 years after that, did the ayahuasca again with the intention of listening to plants and then had his mind completely blown because it was the same experience. That person might be considering designing ayahuasca journeys around listening to plants.
Wow. Huh.
So, and only because it completely, the frame's completely broken. There's no
Yeah.
way to explain this, So anyway,
I
yeah.
hear there's a very, very powerful root source in the Big Island.
Oh yeah, it's everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
There's a lot of it. The thing is, the ceremonies are designed to go inward.
Yeah.
And what interests me is going outward and listening to the biosphere directly.
Uh-huh. Huh.
So if you have any ideas about that or you have any thoughts about that later on, you can get in touch with me because that's something I'm
Yeah.
very interested in.
Couple thoughts come to mind. One of my dear friends uh, does ayahuasca medicine. For myself, I remember it was probably what 2007. 2007, I was set to go to Peru, and I had a shaman lined up, I had a camp lined up, I had a retreat lined up, I had the money lined up, ready to go. And this really sweet lady, she was an older lady, she said, "You know what? Don't chase her.
She
Let
said,
her."
what?
He said, "Don't chase her. Let her come to you."
Ah,
And I
interesting.
was like, yo, I don't know anything about this medicine. I don't know you, but I
Huh.
know wisdom when I see it. And so I realized in that instance, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to Peru. I got my passport. I got it. I was very active towards it. She was like, you're chasing her. She's going to run away from you. Let her come to you when you're ready. I was like, okay. I was ready to stop my training in Wudang to go and
Yeah,
pursue.
yeah. Wow, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
buddy had
Wow.
convinced me, right? And so, and
Huh.
he did the thing, right? But so when I got that wisdom, I was like, nah, I stayed in Wudang, right? And then it wasn't until I was done with my training in Wudang, I'm now touring the world. I'm in Prague. Shout out Bo and Ota, if you guys are listening. They hosted me out there in Prague. And in this retreat space, they had me do a retreat, and then there were 4 days left to rest before my flight back to China. And in those 4 days that I had off, the second retreat thing was an ayahuasca circle.
Oh, wow.
So it was like the timing worked out perfect. The money was in my hand. I had nothing to do for those 4 days. Like she came to me.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. You
And
know,
so,
I'm sorry, go on, go on.
oh, sorry, just this last bit. When I did it, there's this whole protocol of foods to eat and lifestyle recommendations and abstentions. And so I wasn't doing any of it. Right. And so, but I took the medicine and had a profound experience. And there were a couple other times that ayahuasca had come into my life. But for me, ayahuasca wasn't it. For me, the one that did it, my kind of end all be all, was iboga,
Oh, interesting.
African root medicine. That one.
That did it, huh?
Yeah. And only distinctly because, I've done the gamut of the psychedelics, like the acids, the psilocybins, the salvias, the DMTs, right. I've done the gamut. It's quite familiar with the psychedelics realm. And then so when I did iboga, it's the only thing where I could set an intention prior, have an experience, and then be able to easily integrate that experience into my waking life. Because all too often, I'd have an
Fantastic.
amazing psilocybin, I'd have an amazing LSD, and it made
But it
perfect
didn't
sense under the
translate, yeah.
influence.
Yeah.
Come back to the space of reality, none of it translates, none of it makes sense.
Right, right.
Right. And so Iboga was the first one where I can set intentions, go uh, pursue the spiritual missions, and have my realizations, and then come back and be able to integrate effectively what I had learned.
That's fantastic. You
Yeah.
were microdosing, I'm amazing. You weren't microdosing, right? You were.
Oh, no, no. Warrior dose. Warrior dose. Yeah. And so Iboga, and I haven't had a desire to seek since. Right. And that was what, 2017. And so up until then, I was still experimenting. I was still dabbling. I was still doing vision quests, and
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't a father yet, and so I was still very much seeking. But Iboga.
You know, when you were talking about ayahuasca and having her come to you, I was in Peru and I was in Cusco and I stumbled upon this museum of sacred plants. And I
Mhm.
made this video of this museum and this woman is talking and to me and she said and this big plant pictures of wachuma and ayahuasca and all the Peruvian plants everywhere and she looked at me and she said, San Pedro Wachuma is like an embracing father, and ayahuasca is like a menstruating woman. I was like, yeah, I think you're right.
That's hilarious. Well, I definitely had the experience of, because the other time that ayahuasca came to me was again at a time where it was appropriate and she found me, right? I had only done ayahuasca a number of times and it was always at appropriate times. Um, but that medicine, uh, it's I've seen people kind of become junkies on it.
Oh yeah, no, it's not. This is not a simple pro. No, this is. This needs some serious consideration. My particular interest, though, is because of that plant experience.
Mhm,
That is, otherwise I wouldn't be very interested in this at all.
mhm. Mm,
But that experience of, unlike anything else I've ever experienced in my life twice, where there's lucidity in these plants, and that is ineffable. That
mm.
the second time it happened, they said, "Welcome home," because we've been wondering why it's taken you so long to get back here, you know. And it was like, oh my God, yeah, it broke my heart. And it was like, and it was,
Hurry up and die and decompose so we can eat you.
yes, exactly. There's psychopaths out there. There's plant psychopaths, you know. Some of them are my best friends, like humans, you know. So,
Oh, that's hilarious. Well, this is wow, what a fun chat. Um, yeah, so then the other ayahuasca lady that I know, shout out TJ. She has a church that she runs, and it's a nonprofit 501c3 to my understanding, and that's their sacrament. And she supplements the ayahuasca with Chinese medicine formulas, along with non-psychedelic uh, medicinal mushrooms. And so, like your lion's manes, your reishis, your cordyceps.
oh, that sounds fucking amazing.
Yeah. And so she's out here in the Bay Area, and
Oh,
she
that's somebody I would love to connect with.
okay. Yeah, and she even like ties in the astrology. She's an inheritor from Ming, so
Yeah.
trying
Oh, really?
through the Ming lineage too. And so
Really? Oh,
yeah,
cool. Oh, definitely I want to connect with her.
yeah, she does the feng shui, she does the astrology. So she has that whole Ming side, plus the Chinese medicine side, plus the shamanistic inheritance.
She's an herbalist. She's a Chinese herbalist.
Yeah, yeah, she puts it all
I
together.
would love to talk to her. Yeah.
It's TJ. I'll
Yeah.
make the connection after we're done with
See,
this chat.
see if she's okay with us connecting.
Okay.
I actually, I realized years ago that probably at least half of what I was saying to my patients was coming out of Ming's mouth. It was like, it was, this is after doing it for years. One day I went, holy shit, this is like Ming talking. I mean, I wasn't channeling him, but he was the one that imprinted all that stuff in me, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I have my teacher. I have, you know, my the teacher that introduced me to the way. I have my teachers of medicine. I have lied you yourself, or one of my esteemed teachers. And yet, Ming is special. Like, credit him to the way that I view reality, man.
Oh,
It's
totally.
the my eyes to see the world with. And
Yeah.
the other thing about Ming too, and I love to tell this story, it's kind of a clout thing for me. It's kind of my way of bragging and showing off. It's Wudang West is what it is because of Dayuan Circle. Ming's
Really? Really?
because in 2012 I got incorporated as a nonprofit 501c3, and I was so proud of myself, and I go show me and I go, look what I did it, I'm a nonprofit. And he goes, nonprofit, too much work, you want to be a nonprofit church? And I go, huh, well, tell me why. And he just listed the thing. I'm like, yeah, I need to be a nonprofit church. And so I was like, how do I do it? And he was like, oh, he went and grabbed all this paperwork, some big old manila box. He's like, you see these documents, request these documents, fill them out like this, word for word. And then boom. So literally, Wudang West is Dayuan Circle.
Oh,
Literally.
that's fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just erased the name and
Yeah,
put Yunnan West. So literally, we are organizationally a legacy of Ming.
that's great. Did he
It-
ever tell you the story of bringing his Taoist teacher to a cancer center? Did he ever tell you that story?
I love Ming stories. How about this? Because I feel like if we don't say goodbye, like we're just
Okay,
gonna.
well, we'll do it another time.
No, no, no. Let this be the last
Okay,
one.
so his teacher, his teacher would never come to visit the States. Well, he had died early, long before Ming was doing his thing
Oh,
here.
I think I know this story.
But
But go ahead.
he had a friend who was a kind of a country bumpkin, a Taoist priest, and his teacher would say, "America's too many ghosts, too many ghosts." You know this story?
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
Yeah. And so he brought his teacher to the cancer center. They all wanted to meet him, and they're driving into the parking lot, and Ming is explaining what this place is, and he says, "This is a cancer center." What's that? Well, it's a building where they treat cancer. I said, I don't understand. Just cancer? He said, yes. When you just have cancer, this is where you go. He said, they built the building for the disease. And Ming goes, yeah. He said, I'm not going in there. There's,
Yeah,
there's demons. He said, there's demons in there. I'm not going in there.
yeah.
And he said, but a lot of these people want to hear what you have to say. And the guy goes, oh, some ghosts are very nice. Very nice. Not all ghosts are nasty, but I'm not going in there. And he drove him from there to the fucking airport and he went back to Taiwan.
Right back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Went straight back. I remember that story.
So
Yeah.
many ghosts. Oh God.
Yeah. That's similar because Honoru came to visit us and we hosted him. He stayed at my apartment at the time. And we were teaching out of the Cathedral of Christ the Light in Oakland. And this particular building has a crypt beneath it. And uh, that's a whole nother story, right? This is a very, very special sacred geometry cathedral. And I remember Honoru came to Qigong class, and here we are standing outside this cathedral. And I told him the story. I was like, hey, we're standing on a graveyard in a sense, because there's
Right.
his whole mood changed, his skin got gray, he had, you know, chicken skin. And I pointed to the door. It wasn't, there was nobody manning the door, but it would just like open and close on random intervals. And I was like, hey, Naru, let's go inside and see the crypt. He's like, no, brother, no, brother. I'm not going in there.
That's funny. I really miss him. I really miss him.
He,
Wow.
he had some gems. I still quote him. He said, alternative is an alteration of the native. Alternative, alternative.
Interesting. Yeah. It's only one race, and that's the human race.
Yeah, he used to drop it. He had bars.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Bet, well, kind sir,
All right. Thank you.
clearly we gotta be talking more.
Yeah. Yeah. Good to see you, and congratulations on everything. On,
Yeah,
on-
let's hang this up and then I'll stay on and I'll give you more information.
okay. Let me know when you become enlightened. Definitely. Yeah. I want to know when that happens.
You'll be the first to know. You'll chop wood, carry water with me. All right.